All right. Well, welcome to Transport Fever 2. Just loaded this up. I bought the game a few months ago and kind of got a couple railway, well, not railway, but a couple stagecoach lines set up, going back and forth between a few towns. Really barely got any understanding of how the game works at all. Um, in any case, we are back, and I'm going to start giving it a bit of a try. So we have some stagecoaches, or well, not stagecoaches, but horse-drawn freight wagons bringing stone from here at the quarry over to the construction materials plant, and it doesn't seem that we're really producing any bricks ready to be exported. So I'm not quite sure how that exactly works. I wonder if maybe I'm not bringing enough stone. Because maybe I need this production bar to get all the way across before I'll actually be able to get something for shipment out. Maybe that's what it is. Like it consumes a certain amount before it actually has an access to export. I wonder if that's what it is, what that all is about. Not 100% sure. So maybe what we should do is we'll do another route. So this would be our truck station. We'll build a truck station here. And it looks like we have an access point here to the work site. So potentially we should be able to have access from the work site to the truck unload depot. So now we're going to go to our line manager and make a new line. And that's going to be from there down to here. Okay. Yep. And we're gonna call that Helena Sand and Gravel 2. And then we're going to take half of our road vehicles, or 4 of our road vehicles, and we'll send them to depot. And then we'll go over here and Now we have to go down to the road depot, because that's where we sent those vehicles. And then set the line to sand and gravel 2. Okay. Now if we go up there, we'll see that they're there. It's good. So now we have 2 lines. We have 2 lines which should be both working together to service the construction materials plant, and there they are, off on their way to go get more stone. We'll see if that makes a difference, because I feel like we should see that the construction materials plant is actually producing a surplus that would then be able to be used for shipment out, and I'm not seeing that to be the case. If we go down to line statistics, we'll keep an eye on profitability. I want to make sure that the Helena passenger line actually turns a profit, because right now it seems like everything it does costs me money. It's turning a little bit profitable. So, overall what I would say about this game, having not really learned how it works yet, like I'm totally new to it, is it's very pretty, it's very realistic, and it has this nice feel to it. Like it feels like it's real. Like the Cities Skylines comes to mind as a game that doesn't feel real. It feels kind of almost like it's trying to be cartoony or something, and it's just almost a little bit obnoxious, because you look at the buildings that spawn in vanilla Cities Skylines, and it just doesn't look like a real city, because a real city wouldn't have buildings that look like that. And you don't get that feeling here in Transport Fever 2. It feels realistic. It feels like the buildings you see are true to what real life would probably look like, and I appreciate that. It also seems like a pretty chill, slow-paced game. Made a little bit more difficult, I will say, because of the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. I did build a couple train stations here, but then I ran out of money, and I didn't have enough money to actually finish the line. But the goal would be to connect that train station there to the fuel refinery over here by Bozeman, and we'll connect the two, and then have a cargo train that'll run fuel into Helena and help that city grow. Another question I do have is about, like, how do you make a city grow? Like, I know we can build roads for our own vehicles, but I don't know if, like, do we build roads to make the cities grow bigger? Is that how that works? And that's something to kind of learn, I guess, as we go. We have new vehicles. And then I don't know, I don't have the money for this, but I don't know if there's really is there a grid snapping feature? That's something I'll have to look into. In any case, right now we're running quite a bit of a deficit here. And I think that's because the new line that I just made hasn't actually started to produce a return on investment yet. So hopefully it does. I don't know how much we can go in debt before we get in some serious trouble. I might have to restart the game if I lose too handily, which would be okay because it's a new game anyway. Thankfully, we are seeing some profit come in from these lines, so we might actually be all right. But for whatever reason, the passenger main line in Helena is still not making very much money. Or maybe it's not making any money. I think it adds up how much money we've made total for the month or something, and then it'll reset to 0 at the end of a certain period. So we'll see how this goes. I wonder if I can find a some sort of a budget menu. Yeah, like that budget. All right. So that's where we go to build our headquarters. So overall, we're hemorrhaging cash. Okay, so each period is 1 year. That's what it is. So that means what we see here is that we haven't made any money for 5 years. So we got to do something. We got to do something about that. Now, can we deep dive into previous years at all? I guess that's about as close as we'll get. Okay, so it looks like what's happening is we're running a negative $33,000 a year to manage these terminals, which are actually not, which are not doing us any good at all, because they're not active. So, see, I was thinking that maybe I could build these terminals and then just do nothing with them, and they will just sit there, and then I could maybe reduce my budget for railroad to 0. But I don't think that's how it's going to be. I think I'm going to have to, as much as I hate to do it, and it's a waste of my money, I'm going to have to destroy them. I'm going to have to destroy them because they're costing me money that I don't have. think we're not getting enough material to the plant for it to actually produce anything for shipment. I think that's what it is. We'll have to see. It looks like we have a loan alt for $1.5 million. So that's another problem right there. And I didn't realize that I had this loan taken out. So that's costing me $15,000 a year. So we gotta get out of debt. That's another major problem we're up against. So my net worth is below zero here. And my bank account is below zero. We have a chart showing our jobs are going up, the jobs population and shopping facilities have been consistently growing. We have our list of assets. It looks like our debt, though, doesn't actually go down at all until we repay it. That 15,000 is just loan interest, totally just loan interest. If we go down to, all right. Look at the vehicles down here, we see a balance next to them. And I don't know if is that how much money they've made versus what they've cost us? Definitely seems to be quite a bit of a learning curve to master this game. I'll send those vehicles in the roadhouse back out to Helena just because I can't have them just sitting in there. Hopefully they make us some money. This does seem like a game where it's kind of all about being patient and waiting. Like, it's not really a fast-paced game. And I'm sure there's a lot more we could do if we had a positive budget and we were a little bit more further into the game. Just a lack of understanding of the game mechanics has really helped me to cause myself some problems early on. But it does look like we ended a year with a positive balance for 1896. If we can continue that trend, we might be able to come out ahead. Now, what is going on here? Because all of these people, where are they trying to go? So it looks like most of these people are looking to actually ride the... they're looking to travel in town.
Huh?
Somehow I need to get these passengers picked up and moved, because they're all standing there waiting to go somewhere in town. I think we're going to start... I'm going to start assigning a few more vehicles. To the Helena route. It seems like we have too many passengers just sort of waiting here, trying to go somewhere. And too much traffic jam there, waiting. I also now realize that this side street with the bus stop right there is creating a traffic jam because they always want to turn left and then the incoming vehicles block their path. So, maybe not the end of the world, but something to be a little more glad. Looks like our passenger congestion there is getting a bit better. Noticing that they all tend to come at the same time, which creates a bit of a congestion problem. But again, none of that would really be a problem if we just didn't have this intersection right here. Well, it is quite a pretty game, and maybe not the very best of starts, but I'm going to give it a try, and then probably in the next video it'll be a little bit interesting to see what sort of progress we've been able to make since this initially rather rocky start. I'm going to see if I can get my budget saved and recovered, and then ideally our next goal, as soon as we're truly able to do so, is going to be to start getting some fuel from probably a nearby refinery like this one over in Bozeman over to Helena. But before we can do that, we've got to get our budget under control, which looks like it is starting to go in the right direction, but it's going to take a little bit more time before we're actually ready to expand more. It's cool to see all these different new vehicles that are starting to be available to us if we only had the money to put them to work. In any case, this is Transport Fever 2, going to be added to my list of games that I do spend some time playing from time to time. Thank you for watching. Till next time, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.